Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Slime Rancher 2. So let's hop right in and continue the game. Now, honestly, I can't remember where I left off last time. I think I got some upgrades. I think I did anyways. But yeah, about my Nino Kuni series, I'm going to be trying to keep that limited to, videos from now on, both for Wrath of the White Witch and 2. Um, that's how I'm going to be handling things for that playthrough for now on. Because honestly, that would probably be for the best because I don't have as much time to stream as I thought I would whenever first starting the playthrough. Uh, but, and that's, and it only took me until now to, think of actually, keeping it as a video series instead of a live stream series. So yeah, it was honestly like, and also keep in mind, Nino Kuni was like the first stream I think I've ever done on this channel. I think I could be getting that wrong, and I might have done one in the past and deleted it or something. Uh, if you were here around that point in this channel's history, and there was a stream I did before that, please let me know down in the comments. Because honestly, I can't remember every little video I did. Honestly, I can't. And the fact that I couldn't remember some of the stuff I did last video on this game should be enough proof of that. Alright, let's just try and gather up as much resources as possible. So that way I can, feed my slimes and stuff. Alright, I think that there should be at least some resources down here. So let's check this out already. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what else I can really do right now, other than just trying to collect as many quartz for upgrades, on top of, some other stuff too. And also collecting as much food as possible. Might as well just try and collect the food that I can. On top of... Wait, actually... Yeah, I don't have any heartbeats, so might as well collect these blueberries that are right here. Might as well. Since, I don't have any vegetables grown right now for what I can tell. And I most certainly don't have any wheat variants either. That I can actively put into other areas. Never mind, I have some carrots that I can grab. Man, that was honestly a bit of an oversight, collecting these quartz first. So let's head back to my observatory and try and collect as much stuff as possible. If I collect any, if I need any water lettuce, I'll collect that and immediately feed it to my cotton slimes. Alright, time to head out here, since I know I got some stuff I can collect with those carrots. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I got the energy module and, heart module upgrades. I almost forgot that I did that. Well, at least there's some heartbeats here that I can now collect, since those are now grown. Alright, let's just see what I can do out here. Man, I keep forgetting that I don't have a jetpack upgrade, because, like in this game, because, honestly, I got so used to using it in Slime Rancher 1, that it kind of confused me whenever I didn't have one here. Alright, let's just try and feed my rock slimes that, and feed the rest of these vegetables to my cotton slimes to see how much they like that. You know what's the weirdest part about cotton slimes? You would think that their favorite food would be like carrots, but no, it's water lettuce. Weirdly enough. Let's feed the Q-berries to my phosphor slimes. What the heck was pushing me? I wasn't moving the stick or anything. Maybe it's something to do with, like, drift, where this controller's, like, over 2 years old. Maybe it's something to do with drift, if I had to guess. I really hope that's not the case, because I want to keep this controller in the best condition possible. But it might end up actually being the case, which is honestly my worst possible thing. Like, that would be the worst possible outcome. You know what? I'm gonna have to put some fruit trees out here. Particularly, like, maybe... Wait, actually, if I get any of those mint mangoes, I'll put them out here. Because I know that honey slimes like those. So, yeah, it would only be smart for me to put them out there with the honey slimes. Man, wait, that's deep brine. Yeah, that's honestly kind of cool to think about that I can get that out here. That I can get deep brine out here. Wait. Oh, that's another thing of deep brine. I thought that was, maybe a mint mango or something, weirdly enough. Because it was kind of shaped like that. Alright. Well, there are some respawning, hens out here, so I'm going to feed 2 of them to my ringtail slimes. And then the rest of them to my tabbies, since, that's probably for the best, since they also need some food, too. Then I'm going to head downstairs to feed, to put the deep brine up. Since that's something I'm going to have to do. Then in the morning, I'm going to collect as much resources as possible. Since I know that there should be, like, some food grown. Alright, let's just check and see what I can do. Because I know that I gotta try and, at least sleep until morning. I'm gonna try and make this at least, this video, 32 minutes long. I'm gonna try and do that. I don't know if it's gonna be possible, but I'm gonna try. Considering I want to make the average for the video length of today's set of videos, 30 minutes. So, yeah. Okay, let's feed the water lettuce to my cotton slimes, since I know that they need some food right now. Then I'm going to feed the odd onions to, my ringtail slimes, since I know that they need some food, too. Alright, let's collect these, phosphor plorts, since that can give me a decent, wad of cash. Alright. I think that's all of them right now. Alright, there we go. Let's put these phosphor slimes back real quick. Yeah, let's collect these cotton plorts now. Since that's something I know I can do. You know what, might as well wait for them to get done with the water lettuce, before I start collecting that stuff. Might as well at this point. But at least I got a little bit of money out here, for what I could collect. I want to try and get to at least 2,800. Ooh, I got some carrots, so let's go ahead and feed those to the rock slimes that I got out here. Yeah, that's probably gonna give me a decent portion of, plorts. And also, rock slimes do sell pretty well since they're one of my newest slime variants. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and feed them. Real quick. Then I'm gonna feed my phosphor slimes a little bit more. Wait, no, actually my pink slimes need some feeding too. You know what? I'm gonna have to get the plort collector upgrade on these, outposts. Since I haven't really got those yet. The first one I'm gonna get it on is the rock, unit. So let's just go ahead and I know it's gonna be a bit of a waste of money, but I can easily get it back with the plorts that I collect from this. Alright. I need one more plort. Okay, there we go. Now let's see what I can find in terms of, more slime food. You know what, it's kind of weird how Beatrix, the main character, the one I'm playing as right now, it's weird how she never gets shown eating, at all. That's kind of weird to think about. You know what? I can just gather more pogo fruit from, the main slime area, since, that's where I got all my farms at. Then I'm going to collect some odd onions. And, those also spawn in carrots, too. So, yeah, let's just try and do whatever I can. Wow, 11 coins for 30 plorts each. That's what? 3,300 coins just right there alone. And that's not even counting the angler plorts that I just sold, too. That's not counting the money I got from that. Though it wasn't as much as I was hoping it would give me, it's still a pretty hefty amount that I got. Okay. Let's go ahead and feed my pogo fruits to these phosphor slimes since they need some food. Now it's time to feed these heartbeats to my cotton slime since I wanted to see how they react. Seems like it's normal reactions. Alright. I'm gonna need to try and collect these. Wait, I don't have any more roosteroos. They all got elder. Man, that really sucks too, because I needed those roosteroos. That really sucks. Because I could have had so many roosteroos just collected from those alone. So yeah, that really sucks that I couldn't keep them healthy and, young. Alright. Wait, actually, I think that there might be an upgrade in this game to prevent him from getting eldered. Let's just check and see real quick. But let's put those heartbeats back. Alright. You know what, I'm gonna... Okay. Yeah, Elder Collector. I'm gonna have to get 1,300 coins for that. So yeah, that should be a pretty easy requirement. It should. I hope it is anyways, because, these plorts should give me... Okay, I just need to head out to this rock area to collect those plorts from out here. Man, if I didn't sell those... Like, if I didn't buy that plort collector, it probably would have been a lot easier since I know I would have had a lot more money. But hey, at least I can actually get the money I need now since there's enough rock plorts here to do so. Alright, let's just try and get back to where I need to go. Alright. I can get those Elder Collectors now. And maybe, like, an upgrade or two past that as well. Nope, I can't do that because it requires at least, like, 600 to get a basic upgrade. And, like, it requires another 1,300 past that. Alright, let's just check and see what elders are on. Let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna turn off the mic. Alright, sorry about that. Let's collect some of these plorts already. Just to try and see what I can do out here. You know what, the elders, I'm just gonna try and feed those off instead of just the young ones, because that would honestly be way better of an option to think about. Considering I don't think the elders really work out as well as the young ones, as the young meat variants. I don't think anyways. Okay, that should be enough plorts to, give me to the next upgrade for the, loot. Which, honestly, I gotta try and keep the breeding up for them. That's kind of the main reason why I wanted to get those upgrades, is to keep the breeding somewhat sustainable, to some degree. Which I'm gonna need 1,300 coins in total, to get both upgrades left. Okay. Let's see how much coins I'll have after this. It's probably... Okay, it's not enough, to even get one of the upgrades. Alright, let's see what I can do. Alright. Honestly, I think that Slime Rancher as a concept is like my comfort game. So yeah, let's just try and sell off these Batty plorts now. Since, I just now collected those. I'm gonna try and, find some more of those yolk slimes since I lost them. And that honestly really sucks too. Hey, that's exactly enough for one upgrade. Well, the most inexpensive one anyways, which is spring grass. Okay, spring grass attracts scuttlebugs that chickens just love to eat. With their bellies full, chickens will grow into healthy hens and roosteroos twice as fast. Okay, I'm gonna need the vitaminizer You know, because that can honestly, uh, you know, uh, I think it increases breeding rates, for meat variants, which is honestly something I really need. Uh, all right, let's collect these carrots right here. I'm gonna collect only pogo fruits, carrots, um, a rooskaroo or two, maybe more of that, more than that if I find any more, um, and maybe a yolk slime if I find any. All right, let's just see what I can find. Because I really got to get this stuff done. Ooh, some more carrots. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. All right, sorry about that. Let's head back to my ranch real quick. You know what? I think that I'm probably gonna have to make this video a little bit shorter than what I wanted to. I don't know though. But who knows? Let's just try and see what I can do though. I gotta at least collect a little bit of plorts. Which I can only really do if I collect food out here. Thankfully I got a decent portion of it. So yeah. Let's collect these carrots over here so that way I can, have a little bit of extra food. And also these pogo fruits too, since, I also need fruit variants. Wow, I wasn't expecting vegetable types to be more common than fruit types, in the wild right now. For obvious reasons, since I've always thought that fruit variants were more common than vegetable variants. So yeah. Let's go ahead and feed these cotton slimes, since they're gonna need some food real quick. Alright. You know what, if I have any, like, odd onions or whatever, I'm gonna feed them to, my slimes. I'm gonna feed at least a couple of them to my, ringtail slimes, and then the rest of them to my cotton. Since I kind of have a lot of food that I gotta collect. Alright, let's see what I can do. Alright. I think that all of them are done eating for right now. Never mind, there was still at least one carrot left. Okay, let's put all these cotton slimes back. Then collect all those phosphors that are over here. That I know are over here. And then whenever the pink slimes gets done eating, which they should be by the time I get back over there, I should be able to have enough plorts to be able to get that final upgrade I needed to get. So yeah. If I don't have any from these two plort variants right here. So let's just try and sell them off already. Hopefully that brings me up to where I need to be. Hopefully, anyways. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just see what I can do. Yep, that should be where I need to be from these plorts. In terms of outright money. Because I only needed 80, and, I think that, yep, that should be more than enough right here. Heck, I should have, yep, that's 800 coins, that's 100 extra. Honestly, that's kind of cool, too. I got a fully upgraded, meat pen, or coop, or whatever you want to call it. Let's sleep until morning real quick. Since I wanted to do that. Alright, let's collect these water lettuces. I gotta try and at least save up for a new area, since I think that I have one left that I can afford. I think. So let's just try and save up for that. You know what? Let's go and feed some other slime variants, since I kind of got the fruit for it. Alright, I fed my foster slimes quite a bit, actually. And I need to go feed my other variants. I need to feed my honey slimes, since I haven't been really feeding those too much here. Alright, let's just see what I can get done. Alright, that should be all the fruit variants I got right now. Ooh, I got some odd onion stuff. That's pretty good, considering I can feed them the odd onions to my ringtail slimes. And then the rest of it, the carrots to my cotton slimes. I don't think my ringtails need much food. I really don't think they do, which is kind of why I'm not giving them too much in comparison to other slime variants. So yeah. And also I only have one, so yeah, there's not really too much need to give them too much food because it'll all just go to waste otherwise. So yeah. Let's go ahead and feed this hen to my tabby slimes and then the carrots to my cotton slimes. Alright. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if my cotton slimes eat well enough. Now let's check on this elder collector. Alright, let's see what I can do. Doesn't seem like there's any elder collectors here. Alright, let's just try and collect as many of these meat variants as possible, just to see how they're doing in terms of, population. Okay, there's only 2 briar hens, and I think I only brought in 1. Okay, I need to put in, at least a couple more stony hens. I need to put all of my sea hens and hen hens back. I can feed the rest of my stony hens to, my tabby slimes, since they kind of need some food. Okay, that's pretty good for right now. Yeah, that's a lot of tabby plorts right there. And that really got down my numbers, but either way, it's still pretty good because it freed up a lot of space. Alright, let's just check up on my tabby slimes now. And now my cotton slimes too. Okay. I need plort collectors on the rest of my, slime ranches. Because they're kind of lacking in that department. For right now, anyways. Okay, let's just try and see what I can do here. Whenever they get done eating my cotton slimes, I'll sell their plorts. Same with my tabby slimes, since I got some food for them, too. Alright, I gotta get up to at least 2,800 coins. And that's the main reason why I fed my tabby slimes when I did. Because I think that their plorts sell up really well right now. For really well prices. Whatever you want to call it. Jesus Christ, I can barely even speak my own native language, which is English. Jesus Christ, I can barely even do that. I don't know how I made it this far in life with barely even any skill of being able to speak my own native tongue. Jesus Christ. Like, I think that there are some people from foreign countries who can speak English better than me. A guy who's been speaking English for my entire life. Mind you, I've been speaking English for my entire life. Those people from other countries, they most likely haven't. Like, they have a higher chance of not speaking it for their entire lives in comparison to me, who's been speaking English for my entire life. Like, don't get me wrong. I acknowledge that there's some countries that can speak English. Some parts of it, anyways. Like, look at Japan, for example. There's a large portion from there that can speak English. Or at least a little bit of it, anyways. I think Mexico is also another country that has a high English-speaking population. I think in others, like Latin-based countries and, Spanish-based countries and, countries of that sort. I know that Canada, of course, that can speak English, because that's like one of their 2 primary languages, other than French. So yeah. But yeah, I can barely even speak my own language sometimes. But yeah, let's just try and see what I can find out here. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just try and continue the game. Since I gotta just try and see what I can do. I think I got like 7.5 minutes left until the point I wanted to, end the video. So yeah. Let's collect these honey plorts, since I got a lot of those right now. I don't know where any other Gordo variants are, because I haven't been able to unlock areas, like too many areas for right now. especially like wild areas. Let's go ahead and sell these plorts. You know what? If the hours in this game are comparable to minutes, I think that I should be done by the time it reaches like 18 on the clock. Hopefully. So yeah, let's collect some plorts out here. So yeah, because I gotta try and get my money up to see if I can afford another area. Yeah, I got 16 plorts here, and there should be another 2 on the way with these 2 carrots here. Then there should be some other plorts in some other areas. I don't know if I can find any, though. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Let's head out to this forest area over here, since, you know, I gotta do that, and check out the plorts that possibly spawned out here. You know what? I think that there should be some... Yep, there's some plorts here. So let's collect those real quick. Since, you know, there's some stuff I can collect. Okay, let's collect these pogo fruits and put back the Batty slimes. Let's check out my rock slime pen real quick, since I know that I should have some plorts out there. And then there's some heartbeats here that I can collect. So let's collect those. And then feed them to my rock slime, since I know that rock slimes love heartbeats. So let's feed them all out here. Hopefully there's some plorts out here that I can collect. Because I gotta try and, you know, get as much money as possible. Let's feed these Q-berries to my Batty slimes. You know what? Let's feed, like, a few of them out here. Might as well. Alright, let's just try and see what I can do in terms of plort collection. Alright, let's just try and collect these plorts now, since there are quite a few out here. Okay, there should be like 4 minutes left of this video. So yeah, let's just see what I can get done. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and just sell off these plorts, and hopefully I can afford another area now. Crap, I'm only like, 202 short. So yeah, from being able to afford another area. Maybe I can get a rock plort that should be out here. Hopefully. Because I know that there should be some out here that I can collect. Alright, there's 34. Plus some more that the plort collector hasn't sucked up yet. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and just try and get back to the observatory, so that way I can sell off these plorts. Because that should be more than enough coins right here with these rock plorts that I got. So let's just sell these off real quick. Yeah, that got me almost to 3,000. Yeah, I don't know where any other buyable areas are. I think that there's one over here, I think. Yeah, I don't think there is. I know that there's at least one that I can buy. I just don't know where. Here it is. Yep, let's buy it. Yep, I finally got another area. So let's just try and see what I can find out here. Man, this area is kind of beautiful. Like, it's really pleasing on the eyes. And just its sheer color. You know? Seems like I found the other area that I can buy through here. Alright. Let's just try and see what I can find. You know, through here. Because I know that there has to be at least something, you know, that I can explore. Why does this feel a little familiar? I don't know why that feels familiar, but it really does, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's just try and see what I can find. What the heck was that noise? You know, let's head back to the observatory. And, of course, I'm lost. You know what? It's only 5 pogo fruits. Let's just jump into the water real quick. Yeah, let's just do that. It's only 5 pogo fruit I would have lost. I can get those back easy. Alright, that should be, like, there should only be, like, a minute left of this video. I'm gonna pause the recording, though. Okay, turns out there's actually, like, 2 minutes left. So let's just try and see what I can get done. Let's look at the, this is the Pronto Mart. Alright. Polyester provisions. Wait, resource detector? I need that. I really need that. So let's just... Wait, what's this? I really want to get some of this stuff done. I gotta buy some of these, you know, some of this stuff. You know, music tile, music pillar. I really want to get some of this stuff. But I'm gonna have to get the money for it first. So let's just check out some of this stuff. At least I got one of the final areas I can for the 2,800. So let's just try and collect more resources already. Hey, I already made back almost 4 times the amount of pogo fruits I lost from jumping into the water. So yeah, let's just try and see what I can do. Let's feed my phosphor slimes these pogo fruits, since they're gonna need some food real quick. Alright, let's feed my cotton slimes too, since they're also gonna need some food. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, you know what? I think that this is a good stopping point. That's gonna be the end of today's video here. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.